Hey everyone, this is Ben back with you in the Midwest Model Shop. Okay, so today we're doing another promotional video. What you see in front of me here is a laser. So I was contacted by a company called TwoTrees, and you'll have to forgive me, I'm not sure if they're out of China or South Korea, somewhere over there. But very nice people, and they said, hey, we have a model, the TTS-55 laser, that we would like to send you if you'd be willing to do a video on it and show how it works. And I said, sure, sounds good to me. Go ahead and ship it over. So they did, and this is it. This is the laser right here. So what you need to know is the whole system itself is 40 watts. The laser, it's one of the standalone deals. It's a diode, I believe, is 5.5 watts. It will cut through an 1/8 inch piece of wood, no trouble. Thicker wood it will do, just takes multiple passes, and then of course it's primarily used for engraving. So there are videos out there on YouTube already of people assembling this thing and putting it together. So I didn't cover any of that. We're going to show opening the box, showing all the parts so you can see what you get in the package, and then I just go ahead and build it off camera because plenty of people show how to put it together. What I wanted to know was, could I just throw it together? And if I ran into any problems, I would show it to you guys, and I didn't. It went together pretty easily. There was a couple little gotchas that I mentioned in the video, and then the big thing I was concerned about was using the software, picking a file, and creating an image, because I've never done that before. Everybody's really into 3D printing these days, and I'm interested in that too. I do not have a printer, but a laser is also useful for a lot of things. Was worried about the software part. I followed their instructions. I didn't Google any help. I didn't do anything like that. I used their little book. I used the software that they said to use just to get you going. And I think I had like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in setting up my laptop to interface with this, and it fired up and worked. It was really quick. So we're gonna show doing 2 images, 2 burns, and yeah. That's basically it. This is really cool. They're $300. You can get them on Amazon, and you also can get them direct from their website. I'm going to put a link to in the description down below of where you can get it, and I'll put a link up here too. But for an entry-level laser system, this is really nice. I mean, basically ready to go out of the box. I had very little trouble, and the reason I wanted to say that is, I don't know anything about lasers. I mean, I know a little bit about them, but I'm like, I'm not going to do any research. I'm going to open this up and just see, can I make it go? And can I make something with it without putting extra energy and effort into it? And the answer was yes. So if you're interested in a laser and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you really want to engrave stuff and, you know, monkey around or start dabbling, this is a pretty good start, I would say, and it's not too big. It breaks down easily. It's well made. I think the tolerances are pretty good. Yeah, so thank you to TwoTrees. I really do appreciate it. Let's hop into the video where we're just gonna launch right in, and you'll see the cool pieces that we make. Press on. Okay, here is the box that showed up in the mail the other day. We're gonna go ahead and just open it right up, and I don't know, follow the instructions and see if we can't make something awesome happen. When I was approached by TwoTrees about this, I didn't actually know what to say at first, because while I've always thought I wanted one of these, I didn't immediately know what I was going to do with it, but I did know I wanted one. So I was happy to go ahead. So what we got so far is 2 boxes, this big one and a little one. I'm suspecting my laser, which says power, specification US. What we got here? Oh yeah, there's our laser. Don't shoot your eye out, kids. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with it right away, but I have some ideas. And put this over here. It would just be neat if I I can make this work. But everyone, I read reviews online so far, what I've seen, not a whole lot of reviews. This company is just kind of starting up here. Foam, nicely packed. Here we go. All right. First thing out of the top of the box looks like our instruction manuals. And then we've got a very nice, nicely packaged, cool looking box full of stuff, including laser-proof sunglasses. I have not worn these since my Air Force days when we monkeyed around with the lasers back then. And yes, I monkeyed around with lasers in the Air Force. Not advisable to monkey around with them, but they're there. Okay, let's take a quick look here. All right, so this is what it looks like straight down into the guts of the whole thing here. Oh, good. Bag of tools. Got our hardware. I was hoping that I have a whole shop full of tools for woodworking, cars, mechanical stuff, whatever you need. But I was hoping I could just use the tools that come in the box. Looks like we got our belt and little pulley system and stuff here. Let's see. Some plastic blocks. Again, our cool sunglasses. We got here. Oh, it provided USB cable. That's cool. And then it's like a scale, some sort of protective covering for the wires. I don't know if this is a test piece or something I need to set things up with, probably. And there's our part that moves. I guess we got more stuff underneath here. No, this is it, I think. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and dive into our instruction manual here and see if I can't just get this thing put together. And I'm going to treat it like a model. I'm just going to put it together. You get the instructions, you'll put it together too. If I run into something that's a problem where I'm way confused, I'll film it and let you know. There's no need to watch me assemble the whole thing step by step. Let's go ahead and get that part done. Okay, so here we are. The glasses fit, which is important.
Step one.
Step one. Okay, so the whole thing is assembled. I did it following the product manual, which has stuff in color in it and is very easy to read, except that the English isn't the best, but it works out okay. It's not like I had trouble understanding what was going on. This is obviously a new version because, I want to find an example in here, they have made corrections. Like, for example, down here at the bottom, they've got this little sticker that tells you what to do, and those are sporadically throughout the whole thing. They also have QR codes, virtual QR codes that you can download for instructions. I probably should have done that, but
those are always nifty.
Yeah, but I didn't. I followed.
Who needs instructions?
Yeah, I followed the pictures and I read what the little words said, and it wasn't that bad. So I did have some confusion. Not a big deal though. The biggest one being right here with the X-axis where you mount your laser to. So these two wheels need to be up. They need to be on top. And I had the fixture upside down. And over here on the right side, there's two screws on top. So when you put yours together, you'll see two screw holes right there. So make sure the two screw holes are to the right. The two wheels are on top if the laser is towards you. And then you won't have the trouble that I had.
Maybe you should have kept the glasses on.
It probably would have helped. You got a cool little holder up here in the front. This is for your wiring room. The motherboard's right here. And then this is 3D printed, whatever this is. But this is a gauge used for helping setting your height. I think that's called the Z-axis. See how I don't know these things? We'll get to that in a few minutes when we get a board or material in here to make our first pass. So that sits here. So the power plugs in here. You put your USB here. There is a stick, memory stick you can use, and then you just turn it on. You'll have to interface with your laptop. So I'll have to grab my laptop upstairs. When I plug the wires in, the wiring loom some of the wires were a little bit snug, and I just had to pull them through these looms to make them work, especially this one to the laser. I was like, oh, that's not going to reach, and I realized there's all kinds of slack. This thing pops off if you need to. They provided you everything. All of the tools are in here that you need. There's a USB stick and a little SSD card in here that comes with that will go in the reader of the motherboard I got to work on. That'll be the next step here. The little wrench is for adjusting the tension on the wheels, which they have preset for you. They tell you what it should feel like, but I have a feeling it's just kind of going to be a trial and error type of thing to decide if I've got it right or not. There's a tension cord here for the x-axis. It adjusts on the end. This thing adjusts up and down. It's neat. It's light. It's robust. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet, I guess. It doesn't. I guess it fits on my mat just barely with the stands. You want it on something level. I don't know how much smoke and fumes this thing's gonna make.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, we're gonna do it in here and see. I guess long term, I thought I would put this out in my wood shop where I don't care what the fumes are out there and it's well ventilated. But we're gonna see what happens here. They give you a power cable. They give you your cord that you're gonna need. They give you this block of wood. I don't know what this block of wood is for. At first, I thought, you know what, maybe you could put a board in here, and it's like a, you know, like to hold.
This goes like this. My phone goes right here.
Yeah, there
right
you go.
There.
Is that it?
It'll say Nora.
Is that what happens here? I put my.
Well, you have a giant phone case.
Big phone case. It doesn't want to fit.
Well,
I guess.
It's not much smaller.
I don't know. Not really sure. We're gonna find all that out. So anyway, I guess the bottom line is here, I didn't show you how to do anything because it's a little bit fiddly getting this thing together, but it was hard to videotape and you'll figure it out. It just wasn't that hard. Time-wise, so I stopped and started again and ran around the things and monkeyed around, and then I took a bunch of stuff apart and put back together again because I had this wheel on upside down.
So it was only like 4 or 5 hours?
Minutes at most. I mean, at max here. No, I think you could. I think if you're just going slow and you're taking your time, set aside an hour and a half, and it's assembled.
Don't look at me. I wasn't keeping track.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, I was going slow and I took my time. You probably get done less time than that. So, all right, that's enough of that. I'm impressed with how rigid it is, given what it's got to do. Everything seems very well thought out so far. I've never used the software before. I've never plugged in. I have a rough idea of what happens. I'm terrible. Like, I think this is the x-axis, y and z is up and down. I think that's how new I am to all this. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. But
I mean, there's only one set of glasses. Does that mean I can't be here?
well, I'll just go like this.
Oh.
And you do like this.
Like when we share headphones.
And we'll just yeah. So well, here's the thing. You should look at this. This is a magnetic laser protector. It sticks on the bottom here, and this thing goes right above your workspace. It would be like this.
Okay.
So the idea is that you're not going to see the laser.
Oh.
If you need to look,
don't stand there and look at
you've
it.
got the glasses on, and there is a little test where that shoots a little blue laser down, I think, just to see that it's working. But generally speaking, you absolutely should not ever look at the laser. If it can burn wood, it can melt your eyeball out. That's for sure.
Kind of like my eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, in the Air Force, I monkeyed with lasers. Not really. I'm not actually even supposed to talk about that stuff. Just know that it definitely didn't make anything. It broke things. And it wasn't even, I was just there for support. I wasn't even the system that I was specializing in. So
But we don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that. So, okay, I'm going to monkey with the software next and get my laptop going. I'm going to get a board. I'll sand it smooth just to whatever board and see if we can't get it to make some smoke on the board, not out of the machine. Yeah? Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, back in action. So we are in action. This is my very first test piece. You can see I don't have my image centered very well. There's paint on the wood because this is just a scrap piece. I wanted to show this because I made a joke about, let's see if we can make some smoke, and we did right away. It burned the wood and it smelled like smoke. So the extra sound you hear is my paint booth firing up, because it's pretty good about drawing air away, because right above me is a smoke alarm directly above my desk. In case my models decide to burn down, I can do something about it. So anyway, let's get this test piece done. For some reason, the machine thinks it's going to take 32 minutes. I can't believe that, given how close we are to already being... there's not a lot to this. Maybe it will take a half hour. I'll watch it and see. All right, we'll come back in a few and check it out. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to say 3/4 of the way, if not more, through. We're probably coming up on the 35-minute mark, so that estimate was correct. You can change the resolution to speed up the process a little bit, but they recommended there's a number between 15 or 12 and 15, I think, for resolution or speed. I went with 15. This turned out good. I didn't intend on showing this because, you know, my board's got dirt on it and things like that, and wood or paint, and I was going to put a nice clean piece in, but this is number one. This is the very first test, so I want everybody to see this. I'm impressed. It's really cool. I wish I'd gotten the centering a little better. I thought I had that sorted out when I began, but apparently not. So let's get this finished, and maybe we'll burn another image off the internet next, just to see, and then I'll come back here with we'll get some final thoughts. Okay, the image is done. That's really cool. So I think it took about 35 minutes, just as advertised. And so it's got a little bit of jittery lines. Those are my lines. Like the little stepped images there, that's exactly what was in the image that I put in. So it really cut. I wonder how deep it cut. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah. So the tip of my knife is busted off, but it goes down in there probably almost 1/8 of an inch. So that's really cool. I think what I'm going to do now is try and find an image on the internet that's nice, and we'll load that up and get that going. Let me get back to you here. Okay, so here's our next image, I think ready to go in the software here. This is using the laser GRBL that was suggested to come with the kit. Now this is my second ever image. I'm terrible at using the software. I don't really know what's going on, but there's a variety of controls down here. I basically followed the instructions. I imported this image as a JPEG, and it automatically converts it for you. I'm having trouble understanding the size and everything, and I wanted to work on my placement better. But down here in the corner, there are some handy-dandy little buttons. This button says center, which if you click will center the laser. This one will take it to the corner of the image, and this one I think frames the image, which is what I did, a real layman's way of centering the image up. So let me show you here what that looks like. Okay, so there's my square and or my little block of wood, and I've already done this once. So I'm going to go ahead and hit frame, and it goes ahead and it turns the laser on at like 3% power, so you can see a dot, and it's drawing what should be the frame of the image. I think I've got it, the board, a little bit north here. It's going to go a little bit high, but whatever, it's a rectangle. I could trim this up afterwards when I'm done. Like I said, this is my second ever engraving, and I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit high on the board, but I think my left to right's pretty good. And then if you hit center, it moves back to the center of the object. Okay, so the other thing is, right there, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now, I lowered the resolution of this image a lot. to, I think, like 10 lines per millimeter or something like that, because I had it at a higher resolution. I was like, this will look really dope, and the burn time was like 5 hours and 40 minutes. I don't want to take that long, but I will sit and let it ride for an hour 40. So I think, yeah, once we're set here, I go up to the corner and again, I'm just like clicking away and figuring this stuff out. This little green arrow, run program. So I'm going to click it. And we're making smoke. We're making a lot of smoke already. So much smoke. It's probably not good. Okay, let me get some ventilation going here. Hopefully the smoke alarm doesn't go off. Yeah, give me a second. Okay, so we're burning the heck out of this board, and I think so I also have it running diagonally. I changed the angle which the laser cut so it didn't go left and right. I thought that the image resolution looked better this way, but as you can see, we're making a ton of smoke. It has burned the heck out of this piece of plywood. Excuse me. I have my fan going, and the smoke is going out the window. It's making its way over there. But yeah, so this is like really important to consider if you're going to do this indoors or in like your house. You need like serious ventilation. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's come back when it's done. Okay, the smoke situation seriously has gotten out of hand. This is definitely not a file you should run in the house, but it looks really awesome. All right, we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, actually, I want to show this real quick because it's got to jump across the areas where it's not burning, and it does it quickly. Watch this. So I thought it was catching on the wood that I had my height wrong or that something was going on here. It's not. So if it's not doing an engraving, it skips. It's wasting as little time as possible, which I think is fantastic. Also, even though I turned the fidelity way down on this thing, I'm impressed so far. I think this looks cool. So okay, now for real, we'll come back when we're done. All right, here we are. Smoke's all cleared out of the room. This is it. Boom. Oh yeah. All right, get this out of here. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Now I touched up in the corner here because it's burned the heck out of this wood, and it kind of gets a little brittly and everything and breaks away. I guess that's not really a surprise for those of you who know. I mean, that's supposed to happen. I burned the wood. I think we're supposed to put a clear coat, like a clear flat over this, just to kind of lock it all in when you're done. But this was done on a low fidelity image to speed up the time, and I cut it diagonally, burned diagonally. Look how awesome that is. So this is my test shot, and then this is just a random JPEG image we got off Pinterest and stuck on there and burned, and it's pretty sweet. So yeah, final thoughts. I spent more time assembling this than I did setting up the program. The programming, I get like 10, maybe 15 minutes monkeying around to get it to work on my laptop. There's so much more to learn and understand than what I've done here. It definitely will cut wood at least up to an 1/8 inch because it's put the edge here. I know you can't see it too well. Maybe if I go like that. Let's see here. I don't know if you can make out. There's a lip, a big lip down in here. It goes way down in. It's only a 4.5 watt laser, and it's pretty cool. I'd say for an entry level system, just getting started, definitely I don't know what I'm doing. This thing's really cool. So lots of little options, not too big of a footprint. Definitely gets you started off in the right foot, and so yeah, I'd say 2 thumbs up for this thing. It's pretty cool. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and check it out on their website. Links in the description down below. Thank you to TwoTrees for this. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, press on. We'll check in with you guys next time.